CFM Radio.
CFM Radio, it's Wednesday, my dudes.
It is once again time to give you video game music and news. What is up, Vector?
Drix, how are you on this beautiful Wednesday?
Dude, you and I, we are coasting right now. We've been having a lot of fun over on our Twitch channel.
Oh yeah. We cruising through RPGs, hitting the end of storylines. My God, guys, if you haven't been checking us out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch, you've been missing out. It's popping off. And you don't have to take my word for it. You just need to thank our lovely viewers and followers because, fellas, we're going to be streaming even more Sonic and Mother.
Yeah. Mondays, Tuesdays, play dates for gaming from CFM on Twitch.
CFM got your whole first half of the week covered because we like to leave the weekend to you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Drix, I gotta say, there is a lot to talk about today. We got a new game. We got a new, we have a couple of new announcements from big names, and there's quite the flop if we have, if this is if a report is to be believed about the Apple iStore. So, I gotta say, one of these days, Drix, I'm gonna get a mobile game that'll hook me. Have you ever had a mobile game just sink its claws into you before?
Passively, idly, at the right times, yeah. Maybe a bit of a guilty pleasure, but I did get pretty far in Azure Lane, where let's just say the ships are chicks or something like that.
Ah, yeah, one of those.
But yeah, once you lose your save on a gacha game, like yeah, I abandoned that ship for sure. I was not gonna catch them all again after that.
Bro.
But that was actually really fun, kind of strategic. Hit all the right marks as far as just something fun to play while you're standing in line or just as a casual pastime. A nice idle good time. There's always good puzzles, and hey, there's always My Vegas slots where you can earn actual hotel rooms in Las Vegas.
Hey, that's a favorite of my lovely girlfriend. She loves My Vegas slots.
Yeah, not a lot of mobile games give you actual real life rewards.
Hey, you know what? I could dig it. That sounds amazing. Hey, it's okay. For my money, listen, I play a little bit of Magic. I like to draft. I've been known to draft. Every so often, I clown on people on ladder so I get enough gold so I could draft. But like,
yeah.
I don't pay money for it. But like, Drix, I gotta tell you, as far as phone games go, I bought two games back when I first got my iPhone 4, and then I bought the same games when I upgraded to the Android, or upgraded, I should say, changed to Android. The upgrade is a harsh word, but I gotta say, I got Oregon Trail, not the Oregon Trail, the Oregon Trail, and Game Dev Tycoon. And Drix, I just load one of those up every so often, and I just go ham. I
love Game
right
Dev
there.
Tycoon.
Oh man, Game Dev Tycoon!
That's a good one to play on the go.
I binge Game Dev Tycoon for weeks. There are times I don't even know why I'm playing it half the time. I'm just like, I really want to make like this like action RPG with this really sick name that sounds awesome in my head, and like I have this like crazy headcanon, and like it's gonna be amazing. And there's gonna be like 3 installments, and then the 4th installment is gonna be a reboot.
We're gonna remaster one of them. Yeah, just the inspiration has struck. I got an idea for a game. I want to see what kind of reviews it'll get. That's a great reason.
Exactly. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's cathartic. It's challenging at certain times. If you turn on that pirate mode, I love me some pirate mode. But you know, so
try your luck at Game Dev.
Hey, you know, it's awesome. And like I said, you know, sometimes these mobile games they can hook you.
Yeah, I do a lot of mobile emulating when I'm especially lately if I'm in a waiting room or standing in line or just, you know, idling in general. And luckily all the iPhone users, they got a pretty nice emulator set up over on their
Very
app
true.
store too.
Yes. And
Yeah,
hey,
we'll see how long it takes for the classic Nintendo cease and desist or something.
oh my God, you're so right. And hey, you know what, Drix? You make a great point about the Apple guys getting. They'll take all the wins they can get, Drix, because as we mentioned earlier, and a few weeks ago, we talked Assassin's Creed Mirage, but not on your PC or your console, but on your phone.
Yeah, with a a lovely maximalist interface, huh?
Yes, and with the Apple keynotes as well, giving a good bit of lip service to these big name titles being playable on their phones. You would think folks would be interested. I get interested when I hear mini bite-sized versions of big games,
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have the latest and greatest iPhone, why not have some AAA quality titles in gaming to play on it?
Well, this headline from mobilegamer.biz, Drix, it seems to say that isn't the case.
No? Maybe some of these keynotes are sliding under the radar?
Sounds like it, Drix, because it seems to me that the headline of this is... Let me get some B-roll on here from what we're about to talk about. Here we go. Quote. Under 2,000 people have paid to play Resident Evil 7 on iOS, estimates say. I just want to say, before we go into this discussion and dive into this article, I got to say something really quick. In a world of player counts in the tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands, all the way up to millions, 2,000 players seems like a less than a drop in a bucket.
Yeah, nowadays, there's probably more people playing Kill the Justice League right now. I mean, definitely more people playing that. So, yeah, maybe just a difference in audience and demographic. We reported that mobile gamers tend to be more on the female side, and yeah, there's a certain age bracket where they reside, and maybe it's not
either older or it's that age bracket is funny too, because it jumps from older into younger, and in the middle you actually don't hit that very much, right? You don't hit the
it's a smiley face.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to dive right into the article here. It says, quote, as we reported a couple weeks ago, big-name console game ports like Assassin's Creed Mirage, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 4, and Death Stranding have all performed poorly since release. All of these titles have been promoted by Apple in its keynotes as examples of its new iPhone's technical capabilities. The latest of those games, Resident Evil 7, was released on July 2nd. But perhaps unsurprisingly, the market estimates suggest it's the same story for Capcom's latest iOS port. It has been downloaded just over 83,000 times since it was released on July 2nd, according to App Magic. It gets better though, Drix. Even before I jump in though, less than 100,000 downloads on iOS.
Okay. Yeah,
right there.
I mean, are we talking Resident Evil or Assassin's Creed?
For Resident Evil 7.
Yeah. I mean, it's been out a while, but I don't know, man. A franchise like that's been around long enough. You'd think everybody was playing it on another console already, but I mean, great for you, iPhone. You have some wonderful capabilities, and you're using the tech for the sake of using the tech. But yeah, as far as gamers go, maybe not a whole lot.
And hey, you know what, Drake? That's a really excellent point, because that could be you could be onto something right there, because, the mobile phone and the console audiences, they don't really cross over too much. So it's kind of one of those ideas where I think you're correct in saying that, hey, this game, everyone's already played it, so why would I play it again? And because if we read,
you're getting like a bit of a watered down diet version of it too.
True, and we're reading further because the same data source suggests that Resident Evil 7 has earned Capcom an estimated $28,140, a figure that does not include Apple's 30% platform cut. Add that cut and then divide that by the $20 fee to unlock the full game. And even with some generous rounding up, you land at under 2,000 paying customers. Drix, under 2,000 paying customers.
Yeah. Huge name for a game, but very small player base, it's looking like.
I think
you're
right.
Like, I hope Apple would have been the ones to pay Capcom to, promote their games on their devices. And, I hope Capcom didn't go too far out of their way.
Honestly,
to make a, 20-ish grand.
Yeah, seriously. Honestly, here's the thing, Drix. We know that these game budgets are ballooning, and we know that these games have to make top dollar to even stand a chance of any sort of renewal or staying power, let's say, right? It's
sustainability.
Yeah,
in your
sustainability.
Industry.
So, Drix, if you're telling me $20,000 for this game that probably cost at least $2 million.
Zeros more than that.
Yeah, at least $2 million. You can't. I'm thinking maybe $1 million. Like you said, this is an old game. You have all the assets, dude. You're shrinking it down to iOS. That can't be. You have to create a whole new controller interface. That can't be easy.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of work and a lot of bodies, and maybe not a lot of return on that investment, it looks like.
For any party involved, I doubt that Apple is going to look at this and be like, man, I'm going to invest in this.
Yeah, let's put Resident Evil 8 on the iPhone. Sure, buddy.
Yes. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is one of those gaming oddities, right, Drix? It kind of further solidifies to me that we're in this weird in-between flux sort of stage for gaming where iOS is kind of like the 3DO, right? It's got these games and they come out later
capabilities.
And they're small. They're not the greatest resolution. It's not the best port, but you can play it.
Yeah. On a different and strangely new platform.
Yeah. So that is another flop for Apple for their App Store gaming. But you know what, Drix? We're gonna move right into something right before our new games of the week. We're going to move right into a game that I played last week that we reported on. It was the only new release last week. And that game.
Oh, yeah. You were not kidding when you said you were going to pick this one up.
That game is Angerfoot.
And, yeah, I hope you had a wacky good time.
Oh, Drix, I'm rolling the B-roll right now. Drix, this game is insane. Now, I haven't beaten it. It's not that it's particularly long, it's that it's one of those games that's really hard. So, when I was saying, man, this looks like Hotline Miami, but in a first-person shooter style. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. If you're looking at the B-roll right now... So
you weren't lied to then?
No, not at all. You're looking at the B-roll right now, and you're just seeing me kicking people through doors, knocking people down... And this is just the beginning, Drix. It gets even wilder. If you keep watching the B-roll, you'll see me gun people down. Yeah, I jump through windows, jump down zip lines with my feet. It's insane. There's just so much crazy wackiness to this game. But I will say, it is very, very, very fun. Everything happens so fast. You don't have it is like Hotline Miami in that way, where you run into a room and then everyone just looks at you and then just starts opening fire or rushing towards you and trying to kill you instantly. And you know what? If you're really not ready for it, you will die right there. I just ran into a room right
being
now.
John Wick.
Yeah, no, it totally is John Wick Simulator. I ran into, in the B-roll, I ran into a room right now and just opened fire and I got blown up because the dude blew me up. And I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So you're playing, so the game flow is like, you're running through these crazy frantic levels where shit just goes wild. You have a couple of objectives, like your main objective is always to complete the level. But you also have secondary objectives. You're gonna, let's see, yeah, you're seeing them right there they just flashed on the screen right now. So you can always retry a level immediately, because every time you enter a level, you're given 3 objectives. You only need to complete the level to move on, but your other objectives are like, finish the level without getting hit. Do it in under 50 seconds. Do it with only your feet.
Sneaker power, huh?
It is. It's sneaker power. You're a psycho sneakerhead. It's insanely fun, and the music, Drix. I gotta recommend this game to you. It's only $25, bro. This music is insane. It's like that it's like heavy dubstep, but it's like even heavier. I don't know if I've ever really heard it, or if there's it sounds like dubstep, but I don't think it's dubstep. It's not. Yeah, I don't get Skrillex vibes from it. I'll say it like that. I get much heavier vibes from it.
Yes. Nice. I love me some computer noises, so I'm definitely going to have to check that one out and maybe play some tunes here on CFM Radio.
Absolutely. This game is so wild and crazy, too, because so much goes on, and you kind of don't have a lot of time to grab your bearings. So you just need to go in with the mentality of, I'm going to push forward. Just doesn't matter whatever happens, I'm gonna push forward. I gotta push forward, because there are times when enemies, they kind of Dark Souls you, because there are enemies that kind of pop out of the corner. There are enemies that show up from a doorway behind you after you've already completed through a room. You think you finished the room, and then there's a dude hiding in the corner in the back of the room that you came in through.
The old jump scare enemy.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll get shot in the back and stuff like that. But if you keep moving, you gotta. It made me feel pretty old school, because you could do that old school FPS thing and you're rewarded for it, where you're running for a while, and if you do a quick 360 with your mouse, game is only PC, by the way. 360, you do a quick 360 with your mouse, you'll realize, holy shit, I've got 3 people behind me.
Yeah, get your 360 no scope skills back.
And boy, do you need them, but because this game just moves like lightning. Again, you're seeing it in the B-roll. I'm going through this level, and it looks like I kind of know what I'm doing. Drix, I just get blown up right here, because that's just how things roll. It's a very trial and error style game, but the action and moment to moment, yeah, but the action and the moment to moment gameplay are just so fast and furious that you can't help but to have that all right, I'm gonna give this one more run. It happens every time.
Gonna give it another try, like the skater trying to land the perfect trick.
Exactly.
Coming back till you get it right.
Exactly. I'm gonna give it one more go. All right, I liked that level. I'm going to do it again and do all the mission objectives.
Yeah. Only kicks this time.
Only kicks, baby. Let's go. I know this level. It's really fun. And I will say that if you kind of need a decent PC, because there's so much physics stuff that's going on. And there's so much rapid action and enemy movement off screen that happens that can affect your game state.
Yeah.
That
You're gonna want it to load pretty fast.
yeah, and
When there's a guy coming up
it
behind
will
you.
stutter. That's the thing too. It will stutter. Like if you don't have the computing power, I suppose, it does stutter. Like you'll see in the B-roll here, like there are a couple times where my frame rate dips, and like that's not the game, that's my computer. Like I and I'll be clear, I fall pretty much just over the minimum specs. I'm not at recommended, but I'm not at minimum. And this game still gives my computer a little bit of a hard time, and I think it's mainly because of all the crazy physics shit that's happening.
Yeah, a lot of simulated gravity going on, huh?
Yeah, because like your kick, dude, you kick the guy, and then like if you time it, like you see it in the B-roll, if you line it up right, you can kick a guy into another guy, and kick a door through a room, and it'll hit the other guy on the other side. Like, and then while that's happening, all the other dudes in the room are like, "Holy shit, the door got kicked in," and they're like running to you. And like, if there's a dude in the other room, or like if you hit, I've done this before. I hit a door with a door, and it opened 2 rooms, and dudes just started flooding in. And I was like, holy shit. Like, and like the game definitely slowed down a little bit. Yeah, it did. Oh my God, for sure. And the game definitely slowed down a little bit when I did that. I was like, bam. And like, I saw another door like open, and I was like, I don't think that's supposed to happen. And then like dudes started coming through that door, and I like game started slowing down a little bit. I was like, oh shit. Like,
bit off a bit more than you could chew there, huh?
Just a little bit. So make sure you have a decent PC if you're gonna just go straight up for Angerfoot. It's PC only right now, but I will say this is a Devolver Digital game. So for all you PS5 owners and Xbox owners, this is definitely coming to console.
Yeah, just a matter of time, really. That company knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They'll get this thing into console. Because I'll tell you this, Drix, I would love to have played this on a controller, on my PlayStation 5 controller. I know I could have plugged it into my PC, but like, no.
Nope.
I needed the keyboard and mouse action, bro. Like,
yeah. Especially if that's where it happens to land first, you know.
Absolutely.
That's where they envisioned it.
That's kind of how I feel. But that's Angerfoot. This is just a general impression. I haven't beat the game yet, but I've gone through the first world, and man, I'm probably gonna play it again later. So like, so that'll tell you. Like,
having a sneaker kicking good time over there, huh?
Absolutely, we're sneaking about in the world of Angerfoot and all of its weird Technicolor thugs of Crime City. And like
nice.
And pigeon policemen.
Aptly
like
named.
Look at that. All right, but we're gonna go right into some new releases for the week. But right before we do that, Drix, you got anything spinning for us?
Man, I was on a bit of a Sharp X6800 downloading spree recently. This is from a Sharp X68 game called FZ Series Axis.
Ooh.
It's called Danger Zone.
The Danger Zone from FZ Zero Axis CFM Radio. We are live.
Clusterfucked Media.
Watch out, worldwide, here comes trouble. Move out of my way. Watch out, worldwide, here comes trouble. Let's move out of my way. Watch out, worldwide, here comes trouble. Let's not move out of my way. Watch out, worldwide, here comes trouble. A fact is a fact, my style is too real. I got the real that you can all feel. Any all challenges come my way. Gets full attention and then gets played. The best knowledge in these degrees is not to stand so close to me. And any cowards who wish to open up will be brought to justice by Mr. Raw. Custom man, versatile, attack mad crowd with pit bull style. So the best fight in this at all is back it up and hear your name called. Suckers, punks, must even backstab. Soft cast the beauty, even smell ground. Players that wanna be, that will never be. And stupid gold diggers don't look at me because watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. Move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. Let's move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. Move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. The quest for power is down a dark road. Depends how far you willing to go. The cool notorious hold the ultimate effect. Cashing in payroll while holding no checks. Born and raised to be a stick-up kid. Just to say what one man had to give to undergo this power that now sits transmitted to all mortality. In this courtroom, there's no defense for visitors that have no common sense. As long as the call is for me to hit, I know no one can never call me on it. Just one of those affecting the world. No matter the contour of the judgment you heard, my operation fatal to all those foes with giant grills and nowhere to go. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. Move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. I said, feel like move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. Then I say, get out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. Watch out. Worldwide. Move out. What I tell you? I'm rough before who can't be faded. Giving out twice as much as I done made it. And when I throw a jam, it's always packed. The people know my style is fat. So open your skull for the perfect link. Diffuse all others before they think. So watch out competition, here comes trouble. Cross the key black, a talented mother. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. Move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. I said you better move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. You better move out of my way. Watch out worldwide, here comes trouble. When I tell you move out of my way.
Gaming news.
You heard it right. It's time for some gaming news. And even though we just got done with some gaming news, we want to tell you the latest new releases, Drix, of the week.
Yeah, my favorite portions of the video game news is what is coming out this week. We like to stay on top of things and bring you the best.
Absolutely, because, you know, if it wasn't for the games, we wouldn't have a show.
Yeah, or very much fun.
Yeah, seriously. And this first game looks pretty cool, at least to me. It is the Dungeons of Hinterberg. This one's a cool little dungeon crawling looking one. Here it is from the Steam page, quote, armed with a sword and a tourist guide, explore the beautiful alpine village of Hinterberg and uncover the magic hidden within its dungeons. Master magic, solve puzzles, slay monsters, all this and more await you in Hinterberg. And Drix, Dungeons of Hinterberg is hitting Xbox Series consoles and PC tomorrow. Nothing else.
Wow, okay, a little bit of the old, Microsoft microverse, but I am really digging the way this one looks. You got some cel-shaded graphics and some, interesting perspective shifts as far as the puzzles go. The camera kind of zooms out, and man, if my eyes don't deceive me, even a little bit of snowboarding, grinding, zip lining down a glacier, like
It looks
seems to
cool.
have multi-facets to this good time.
Lots of varied gameplay. It looks very fun. And you don't see very many dungeon crawlers with this kind of aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're trying to mix that wholesome style aesthetic with the dungeon crawler Diablo style, right?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it, it doesn't really look like doesn't look like your average dungeon crawling experience. It's a lot more animated, a lot
Colorful.
more like chill color palette, little mountainous blues and ice scapes, as well as fun monsters and characters and stuff to interact with. Some gondola action,
right? It doesn't skimp on the action either. The action definitely looks good. The combat looks great. Like,
animated sort of comic booky effects when you land hits and stuff.
I definitely want to try to check this one out. This is the Dungeons of Hinterberg, and that one hits Series S, or Xbox Series consoles and PC tomorrow, Thursday, July 18th. Looks like a good one. And next up,
Yeah.
we have, for our old head gamers, it is old men like me love these things, at least Nintendo thinks we do. It is the Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, Drix.
Yeah, if you have any interest in speedrunning anything at all ever, this is going to be your training and battlegrounds if you decide to play it online. We covered this a little bit during the Nintendo Direct recently, and it's coming this week. Here we go.
Here we go. From the Nintendo eShop page, quote, take on over 150 retro speed running challenges in the Nintendo World Championships NES Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Hone your skills and see if you have what it takes to be a champion in Drix. This collection will include online play to keep the spirit of the championship alive. And this one hits Switch exclusively, of course, tomorrow, July 18th as well. And Drix,
Yeah,
do you think you're going to pick this one up, dude?
I definitely know a couple Gen Xers who still have their NES game skills and, wondering how can I apply this to see some amount of success. So, yeah, if they've got a Switch, they're going to want to show off, how good they were at, side-scrolling back in the day and how many amazing tricks they can pull off in this one.
Listen, I just want Super Mario, the multiplayer Mario Bros to come back. That one where you it's like 30 different people playing Mario Bros and you're all speedrunning against each other. Let's bring that back. Can I have that, please?
Let's make F-Zero 99 just bleed into every other NES game.
Hey, you know what? That game's still getting good updates, so it can't be that bad.
Yes. No, it's not a bad idea, actually.
No, it's actually very fun. I love F-Zero 99. But here we go, finally. Our last game is a pretty interesting one. It is Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. This is a really interesting one, Drix. Here we go from the Steam page, quote, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess is a unique Japanese-inspired single-player Kagura action-style game. The game takes place on a mountain covered by defilement. During the day, purify the villages and prepare yourself for sundown. During the night, protect the maiden against the hordes of the Seed. Repeat the day and night cycle until you cleanse the mountain of defilement and return peace to the land. And Drix, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, hits the PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and the PC this Friday, July 19th. And Drix, this one looks pretty cool. I didn't play the demo. There's a demo right now that you can play. I didn't pull the trigger on the demo, but it's getting crazy good reviews, like 8s and 9s. So I think I might check it out.
Yeah, when first we saw this at the Sony State of Play showcase,
you're right.
It was my first thought was like, oh, cool. Like, Capcom made another character action game. You know, it's going to be Souls-like, ha ha ha. But I did not catch wind of this day and night cycle rotation. So it seems like we're going to have a bit of the old, like, almost Shogun Total War strategy rotation cycle going on. And that really piques my interest. That's something you don't usually see in, like, a, you know, hard lock action game.
Yes, I'm right there with you, Drix. I love that Shogun Total War, Kessen style, Romance of the Three Kingdoms style prep and the fight with my heroes of East Asian mythology. It's awesome. I love those kinds of games. They're so fun. I enjoy
You're gonna have to take out your thinking cap as well as your dodge roll shoes.
Indeed, because now this is one of the main reasons, Drix, why I'm interested in this game, though, because I want to see. First of all, I don't know exactly what a Kagura style action strategy game is, but I'm pretty sure I played one before. But I really want to see how they mix that Capcom action with this, like, prep and hold style gameplay. The last time I saw a game that really tried to take a different look at like a you're on the back foot and you need to spend your free time building up your defenses so that when the time comes you can fight when you need to. Last time I really saw a game that tried to do something like that was Siege Survival Gloria Victis, way back a couple years ago for a review on clusterfuckmedia.com, which was a really cool game. It was an interesting, as an RTS fan, it was interesting to be put in the shoes of just like the farm that you're besieging in Warcraft. Like, it was interesting, and like how you as the peasants could defend against such an onslaught. It was very cool, and so I'm really interested now to see how this Kunitsugami game, maybe it evokes that style of struggle, maybe it evokes a different style of, hold the point style gameplay, because the game looks cool. I like what I'm seeing in the B-roll.
Yeah. Anytime a Japanese developer dives back into Edo, Japan,
sign me up.
They usually do a pretty stellar job. Yeah, sign me up. We're cosplaying tonight, boys. Yeah, mine was The Last Spell. I mean, once the night falls in The Last Spell, the hordes start coming, and you feel the wrath of the onslaught.
Another great CFM clusterfuckmedia.com review. So definitely an interesting take on this style of game. I'm definitely gonna check it out after the show on my PS5. So we'll see what's up with Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. We'll see if everybody else thinks it's also as good as the reviews do. But Drix, that last track this track that's going on, I like this chill vibe. What do we got going?
Yeah, I've been doing a little medieval thing on you. That was Castle in the Mist from Ico. Right now, I'm gonna let loose the Shadow of the Colossus. This is a song called Swift Horse.
Swift Horse, CFM Radio. We are live.
CFM Radio.
Fantastic.
We'll be back.
Je descendais l'escalier de la butte quand j'ai reçu dans la rue son regard et j'ai tremblé sans bouger ni parler. Là, j'ai compris que ma vie changeait de trottoir. Les passants qui passent ont vite fait de brouiller la grâce, la trace qui s'est noyée sur le pavé. Montmartre, les marches et les squares, j'ai tant cherché en bas tout près de Pigalle comme un pigeon malheureux. Je cherche une grande étoile qui m'aurait brûlé les yeux. Vous qui montez l'escalier de la butte, regardez bien les jardins tout autour. Moi, je suis là sans bouger ni parler, et j'attendrai sans regret jusqu'au dernier jour.
CFM Radio.
CFM Radio, we are back and we are grooving with this crazy track. This sounds like something out of TMNT Tournament Fighters Drink.
Oh yeah, no, this is the arcade version of Stage 2, Alley Cat Blues. Before that, we had TJ Combo's song from Killer Instinct, and that lovely accordion song in French you heard earlier. That was from Valiant Hearts, The Great War, a song called Comme un Pigeon, or Eat a Pigeon in English.
Yes, indeed, eat a pigeon. Because I don't know if anyone's played Valiant Hearts, those games are pretty dark. Um,
Yeah, anything about the Great War, you're not going to leave smiling.
no, not very nice. But we're all smiles with our final story of the night, Drix, because I don't know if anyone has been like paying too much attention to Nintendo, but they like shadow dropped this like weird, like strange 15-second teaser of like this dude with like a creepy bag on his head, and it was just like Imio. And then they let us hang for like a week, and we didn't know what was going on. But now, Drix, we know what's going on, and it's kind of big.
Yeah, no, they are bringing something back from the dead, aren't they?
Oh yes, the resurrection has begun because Drix, the latest Nintendo Switch release or announcement, I should say, is one for the clarification of that teaser trailer. This is a new game from the legendary Yoshio Sakamoto of Metroid fame, of this game, Famicom Detective Agency fame. If you like Nintendo, you probably love Sakamoto. Here it is. The game is called Imio, the Smiling Man, Famicom Detective Agency. And you're right, Drix, it aims to revive his long dormant horror series. Ever since the Famicom, Drix.
Yeah, the family computer had the horror genre represented. I mean, that to me right there is crazy. But I guess, yeah, Metroid is a good example of what Nintendo horror might look like. I mean,
true, actually.
The side-scrolling games, like, there's enough atmosphere to leave you feeling a little scared.
That's one of the things I do love about Metroid. Metroid always has a great sense of atmosphere, but this is kind of crazy. I personally had never heard of Famicom Detective Agency. I remember I had seen some things on the internet around today of like a couple of Famicom Detective Agency trophies in like Smash Bros. Melee. I don't even remember any of those.
Huh.
It totally went over my head, but Drix, this seems like a big deal. Like, when in this video released by Nintendo today, Sakamoto claims, you're watching it right now if you're watching the B-roll, he claims he was inspired to continue the series after remaking the original games for Switch in 2021 with a brand new game. And he said, quote, I was sure it would be good, so we decided to do it.
You gotta love the confidence. I mean, yeah, when you're a master of horror, you like to bring nightmares like Wes Craven and stuff. Then,
bro,
yeah,
it's gonna be good.
You gotta keep the people. Yeah, I'll take his word for it on this one,
dude. We gotta do it.
When Japan has like a hidden gem and it like slowly makes its way to the States, like it's usually, even at its worst, it's a cult classic.
Right. And Drix, I don't know about you, but I love Japanese horror. I'm a huge fan of Junji Ito. I love the Netflix series. If you ain't watched that Netflix series, it's fucking awesome. Like, I love all of
Ring, but Ringu.
Yeah, Ringu. I was just about to say, I love Ringu. I love Ju-On. All those movies. Like, those are so cool. And I even love that old school kabuki. The kabuki theater that's like the maiden who like fucking like she becomes like an adulteress, and then her husband finds her one day and she's like eating a man as a demon. You know what I mean? Like, it's shit's crazy. Like,
it just hits different, as they say.
It's insane, and I love it. So I absolutely can't wait to check out something like this on the Switch, and that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, really.
Like, Drix, when Nintendo puts their all into these like M-rated titles, I gotta say, it's hit or miss if it comes from a third-party developer. But when it comes from internally, these usually hit pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, company like Nintendo's doing they don't usually do horror, so when they do, they're gonna take it real serious. And this is gonna be quite the hit when it comes out. So can't wait to see more of whatever's underneath that bag on that guy's head.
Ah, yes, indeed. and this whole mystery is actually going to be very cool. He goes into it a little bit on here because this is all very exciting news, and especially towards the end in this one, Drix. If you've been watching, towards the end, he begins to describe the story inspirations and how the ending, quote, may be divisive for some people.
Oh, yes. Rain or shine, smiles or frowns. We might not all agree on this. That's going to be something to talk about.
That's going to be nice. I can't wait to do this. It's going to be so cool. Game releases August 29th. That is Emio. The Emio, the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Agency. That's coming to Switch exclusively on August 29th. It's a good chunk away. You guys got plenty of game.
Yeah.
You guys got plenty of time.
A Switch exclusive on the horizon.
Indeed. And hey, Drix, you know what? I gotta say, we've covered a lot today. There have been a lot of new releases, and I don't think anybody is gonna have any shortage of things to play. Because, Drix, I gotta tell you, even with these recent price hikes from things like Game Pass and all of these the shakeups in the world, people didn't really latch on to Concord. You either loved it or you hated it. I actually didn't even really. Much like the Unicorn Overlord demo back when I tried to get it on the PS5, I just couldn't find the damn download link to Concord on the PlayStation Network store. So I didn't get a chance to try it out. Maybe I'll try it out this weekend. Other than that, Drix, do you have any big gaming that you think that you're going to get to this weekend? Anything you want to chip away at?
Oh, man. I've had an itch to go back to Final Fantasy XIV, especially with the streaming community that we've been hanging out with over at the Brotherhood of Deals, brought to you by Johnny Deals on Twitch.
Yes, shout out to the Deals.
I'm still looking for people to play Lethal Company with. Maybe I'll pop that open, but it's in my pile of shame currently. but the last thing I want is to have too many Final Fantasies disease, so I gotta keep plowing through 16. I just got to that epic Bahamut fight with the kaijus in space.
Yeah.
But my plans for battle are still beat Earthbound. Knock that off my bucket list RPG, and then maybe we can discuss what I'll be streaming next over on Twitch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And hey, you know what? Again, guys, if you're not following us on over on twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch, you gotta go do that. We just finished the main storyline of Sonic Frontiers, and Drix is crushing Earthbound. It's gonna be crazy. But remember, Earthbound, that's a bi-weekly one. Mother Monday, every 2 weeks. It's not every week you'll come through and we're beating down the backlog. But every other week is when you get some Mother. So catch that.
July 29th will be the next Mother Monday around 8 p.m. because, I got to participate in my local pinball league.
Of course. And hey, Drix, we always love hearing about those pinball reports. One of these days, Drix, one of our listeners is going to walk around to one of these pinball places and they're going to see you. And you're going to be killing it on that Venom machine.
Or they're going to get a high score and they're going to say, Drix sent me.
They're
sends his regards.
They're going to put it in. DRX SND ME.
Yeah. No, I have half a mind to make a beginner's vocabulary guide to pinball, just to for anybody out there who still likes to read on the internet. Like I'm sort of planning all these, like, oh, what's a drop down? What's a rollover? What's a bumper?
That would be an awesome thing.
After playing the Pulp Fiction game, it's kind of old school. And there's no ramps. After playing that one, I'm like, yeah, fuck ramps. Nobody needs ramps. Ramps suck. Get them out of here. If the flipper's not strong enough, you're not going to make it up the ramp. So just enjoy, the old school style of game. And man, I got to hear the Pulp Fiction game for the first time.
Hell yeah. I didn't even think about
weekend.
that.
And, John Travolta and Sammy L. and Uma Thurman just like yelling quotes at you. Man, if you download the Pinball Maps app, if you don't know where pinball is near you, check out Pinball Map. I never leave home without it. If I'm ever in a new town or traveling around, you can always find out where the closest pinball machine is. And there's even comments that'll tell you if something's wrong with it, or if if something doesn't work, if there's a mechanism that's busted, or or if it's
Got
not
sticky
turned on.
flippers.
Yeah, flipper fade. Yeah, check that one out and go get obsessed with pinball because it's a video game on vinyl.
Hell yeah, anybody, if anybody has taken a little bit of time with some pinball, they'll know exactly what you're talking about, Drix. I can't believe I have a local arcade, so I can go hit that pinball whenever I want to. Sick vintage machines too, dude. I do love me some vintage machines.
Yeah, when they work, they're amazing. And kudos to all the people keeping them operating, all those owner operators out there.
But we got to keep you guys operating. We keep you nice and informed with all the latest video game music and news so that you can game smarter and game harder. Don't forget to follow us here. Subscribe to us here on YouTube right now. If you haven't done it, hit us with that thumbs up. Go over to Twitch, twitch.tv/CFM on Twitch. We're over on Instagram, Clusterfucked Media on Instagram. FUKT, Clusterfucked Media. And we're also...
Not the TikTok, the clock app.
Absolutely. We're also on TikTok. And if you like those crazy jams that you hear right here, you might just catch a riff or two over on that TikTok there.
Mm-hmm. Reels. I might edit some.
Indeed. All right, though, Drix. I think that's time for us. I'm ready to game. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Time to get to it. So let's do it.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.